Hi Flosstube. This is Lisa from Lisa Abby's Needleworks. Just wanted to say hi and welcome to my home. Thought I'd let you know a little bit about what I've been working on lately. And I taped this earlier this morning, and when I was watching it again before I uploaded it, I realized that I must have said like 200 times. So anyway, I'm going to try to redo it again, and hopefully I won't be saying 100 times. So I have a few finished projects. And of course my dog decides to eat its food now, so if you hear the bowl rattling, sorry. So the first finish I have is my little stitchy piece that I bought at the thrift store. It was 50 cents for the stitched piece. Somebody else had done it, and I just made half square triangles, made it into a little mini quilt, and my plan is to hang it out of a basket. So I just did some minimal quilting, put the binding on. I didn't use batting because I want it to lay nice coming out of a basket. So that's done. Check. The second thing I worked on was my Brenda Gervais piece, which I got finished. I did find my floss that I was having trouble with. It turned out that the number that I initially went to get was the right number. Anyway, long story, but it's just a little tiny difference in dye lot, but not much. Maybe it's just because I know it's there. But anyway, I was real worried because this piece I did on 22 count, and I thought, oh, it's going to be huge, and what am I going to do with it? But it turns out that it fits perfect in this little tray that I found at the thrift store. So the tray was originally white, so I just painted it brown and put my piece on sticky board. And originally I was planning on going and have some glass cut for it and use it as a tray sitting down, but I thought, knowing me, I would just fill it up with stuff you wouldn't even be able to see the stitching. So I decided to just set it over on my little fireplace over there and lean it against a wall. So it turned out really pretty. I'm excited about it. I was going to try to distress the brown after I painted it, but paint is just not my thing, so I just decided to leave well enough alone and move on to something new. But anyway, number 2 done. I'm excited. Last time I showed you a finished piece of cross stitch that's been in a box for probably 20-25 years when I stitched previously. It's so old that it had my previous name on it. So anyway, but I've got that into a finished project now. I went ahead and changed the name to my current name, and then I tea coffee dyed it. So I don't know if it was Vanna's tutorial mainly or Priscilla and Chelsea's, but anyway, I watched both of them. So, but somehow I came up with a really dark piece. It was completely white, but white isn't my thing anymore. I have pretty much cream and taupe everywhere, so I like the way it turned out. I put it on sticky board, put it on some like a little plaid calico that I had in my quilting. This was a little like a, what's it called, checkerboard type thing that I got at the thrift store. So I just adhered it to that, and then this little pick I got at the thrift store also, so I just kind of took it apart and changed it a little bit, but I like the way it turned out. I think it's cute. So it's destined for my pantry. I have a lot of red stuff in there, so I did start a new piece. It's a little Lizzie Kate. I've worked on it a couple evenings after work. Don't have much done on it. It was a kit, and the fabric that came in it was just super stiff, super tiny, and I just didn't like it. So I had a scrap piece of 28 count, so I'm just doing 2 over 2 I have a little bit of the initial attempt when I tried to do 1/1. I just don't enjoy stitching when I'm having to strain my eyes. So I'm making things a little bit bigger. We'll see. It's getting progressive. I think I'll start to do stuff a little bit smaller, but for now, this is just what I'm doing. So I'm working on that. As far as my other thing that I was going to try to get done by my next video was finishing this quilt. I haven't even worked on it. All I had to do was just the border. I was thinking about doing cross hatching on it to continue the theme. And I didn't want to go look for the masking tape. Usually that's how I try to do my, to keep my consistent lines. You know, I just use a strip of masking tape. But I didn't want to go looking for it, so I just sat and cross-stitched and did something else instead. So anyway, hopefully, maybe next time I'll have some progress on that. I do have a thing I'm going to start doing. It's another Lizzie Kate, and this one I want to do throughout the whole year. It's just the months that she does. So I have January and February and March and April, and on the back of her pattern, doubt that you'll be able to see it, but she does them all in a real long row. So, but my L&S didn't have a piece of 28 count long enough. She said she'd order one, but I'm impatient, so I wanted to go home with something. So I think I'm just going to do 6 months and 6 months, and then just do 2 pieces that way, unless I decide to do 1/1. Stay tuned, we'll see. I probably should try 1/1, and if I'm just doing such a little thing at a time, maybe I'll be all right. We'll see how that goes. I said it. I thought I would do a little bit of, not really the know your needleworker tag, because I don't want to do like 20 questions or whatever, but I thought I'd try to just throw in a couple questions here or there. So, I am married to a wonderful man. Been together since 2001. His name is Larry. Don't have any children. I do have 3 dogs, which are probably more work than children lately. I have a puppy, so probably a weird fact about me, I do have probably like 40 to 50 birds. Oh, I seem normal though, don't I? Yeah, I have an indoor aviary, so that takes a lot of my time because it's like right in my living room. So I don't want to have a stinky living room, so I spend a lot of time cleaning bird poop. But I enjoy watching them. So sometimes in the background you'll hear either the patter of dog feet walking around, or you'll hear birds. A lot of them are sleeping right now, so not too noisy. But I have a real fondness for doing bird theme projects. So one of the other things that I like to do is wool applique. So I do fusible things. And one of the projects I'm going to try to get done here pretty quick, since it's a springish type of thing, is Birdie Spring, and it's by Bonnie Sullivan. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Real pretty. It's got a little bunny and has a bunch of little birds. So I've been working on that a little bit. I have a couple of the blocks finished. Mine is just a little bit of stitching. And I'm sorry I keep saying, what the heck? I'm not doing another video, so just try to bear with me. But then this one is the little birds in the nest. I have 2 more. Yeah, 2 more blocks I have to do, and then a whole bunch of half square triangles, put them all together, and a new quilt. So hopefully I will spend some time working on that. And I also have another little quilt that I'm going to try to get some work done on. It's just a little churn dash. I had made another quilt that had churn dashes in it, and I ended up with maybe like 5 extra blocks because I decided to make it a little smaller than originally planned. Well, then I thought, well, I don't want to waste those blocks, so I ended up making a few more. And my dining room table is, you can seat like 12 people at it. So I thought, well, I'll just make a table runner. So I have some of it quilted. I was hand quilting this also. So I think I'm halfway done. So now my word tonight is sew. My goodness. You'll just have to overlook it, I guess. But I've got a bunch of things to keep me busy. I did put up a different quilt. This is the Courthouse steps. I have taken down all my Christmas stuff, but I haven't put my normal stuff back up. And I thought this might motivate me, so I tried putting up a new quilt, see if that would get the creative juices flowing. So far, maybe got one little tiny area done. But we'll see. Maybe this will motivate me. But this is a great quilt if you've ever tried it. You'll probably agree. If you haven't, you should try it. You do have to think a little bit because you have to keep your placement because there's 4 colors in each block. So you have to kind of lay them out accordingly and make sure you sew the right colors in the right place, but it's easy. So if you ever have a lot of colors in your stash, you want to try a new quilt, try Courthouse Square. Courthouse steps. Courthouse steps. Well, I hope this made sense. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. Sorry if I said or and. Hope you have a good night. Hope you're getting some stitchy time in. And thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye.